Hello, what's up, family? Welcome to our broadcast today, and the big topic we have is toxic people you should avoid. In the recent past, I read about a prominent story that was in the news. A young girl had conspired with his father, killed the grandmother to hasten the process of inheriting property. In other news headlines, a young boy, school-going boy, claimed the life of his entire family, save one of his siblings, because she was at school. Not only that, in this past week, in the Ugandan headlines, a woman is suspected to have murdered her medical doctor husband. What's happening? Domestic violence is on the rise. Fathers are killing their wives and children. Children are going after the heads of their mothers and their fathers. The mothers are not left behind. They have turned against their families whom they're supposed to care for, and now they are claiming the lives of their innocent children and their husbands. Don't you think this topic is important for us? I think it is. The Sabbath Sundowner thinks it is. Have you ever been in the hands of a toxic person? Some of the memories are so painful when we remember about the betrayer, about the violence we have suffered, not from some stranger somewhere, but from people we trusted. Daughters raped by their fathers, sons molested by their fathers and mothers. People have stories. If every person were to write down their life experiences, each one of us has come or may have come into contact with toxic people. Now, identifying toxic people does not sum up the game, but at least if you can have a knowledge of the toxic people, it can help us to reduce the damage. So today, in the next couple of minutes, I invite you that you travel with me, and if you have something that you can drop in the comment section, we will appreciate. Toxicity is on the rise. At home, at workplaces, everywhere. Even when you're traveling, you think you're safe? No, you're not. The bad guys are everywhere to take advantage of every circumstance, to suck your soul, to suck your resources, to ensure you do not progress, to ensure that you left far back behind. Toxic people. So the number one toxic people in our list today are the manipulators. Manipulators are a very common trait of people who take advantage of others. They come to you, they pretend to be your friend. They learn as much information as they can about you. And then they use that information not for your good, but for their good, to their advantage. A manipulator will come to you. They will appear as if they're consoling with you, like when you are in a fix. They want to learn as much information. They want to have so much information about you. And you know, for them, they're not ready to share that amount of information with you. For example, a manipulator is quick to know who has a new job in the village. And even if these people have not spoken to you for the past 20 years, when they hear that there is some good tidings, they know that there is something for them to milk. So they will start by pretending they're wishing you good luck. Then they will keep on attaching to you. And then one fine moment, they bring all their problems and dump them upon you. Because the manipulator knows you have a considerate, kind heart, you're a good person. They know that if they pump all their garbage on you, you're going to suck it in. And for the manipulator, you're only as useful as they can benefit from you. As soon as the man can benefit no more from you, it is done and dusted. Back in the times, I happened to have this colleague in college whom I counted to be a friend of mine. Only until things failed to work for me is when I realized I am on my own. Whenever he needed help, I could extend my hand without a second thought. Not once, not twice, not thrice. But when it came my turn, when it was his turn to extend the hand of brotherhood to me, this gentleman was nowhere to be seen. And afterward, when he tried to suck some help from me, I intentionally told him, bro, things aren't fine with me. He tried once, twice, thrice, and that was it. The manipulator went his way. In fact, to date, we have never spoken. I then came to realize that you, to a manipulator, you're as useful as they can benefit. Have you ever faced a manipulator? Or yourself, you're a manipulator? If you're that person, then know that what you're doing is not good. You need to change, because manipulating others to your advantage, not good at all. Especially when it is the me attitude. You are with someone, you pretending to be their friend, you ain't adding any value to their life, but you're sucking value from their life into yours. Then you call yourself a friend. Now people, these are the kind of people, these are the persons we are dealing with every day. When you spot the manipulator, you know what to do. Do not entertain a manipulator. Well, we may not know people's intentions from the very beginning, but you ask yourself, why is someone so much ready for you to learn and know everything going on in your life? But for them, apart from the hello greeting, there's nothing beyond that you know about them. Watch out for the manipulator. They're causing many people to lag behind. They're destroying destinies of other people by taking advantage of them. You take your resources, you help your friend with your resources, you expect that your friend is going to return the resources to you in your time of need. They're always waiting for you to share something with them that they can use to their advantage. Please take care against the manipulator. When you spot them, run faster than Murife, right? We also have a category of people we call play the victim mentality. Play the victim mentality are people who you cannot satisfy. No matter how good you try, the victim mentality people always play defensive. They can never take accountability of their responsibilities. They always have someone or a circumstance to blame. You ask them, why did this happen? It didn't happen because so and so did ABCD, okay? And how about this? This one happened because of this circumstance. A very difficult group of people to deal with. They can blame everything and everybody apart from themselves. We call them the self-righteous. The victim mentality kind of people play to be weak so that you can sympathize with them. If you have dealt with play a victim mentality kind of a person, you know what I'm talking about. These are the kind of people who want you to assume responsibility for everything. They do not want to put in a damn effort. They do not want to do anything that will align them with a certain line of responsibility. Play a victim mentality. It's unfortunate that we also have them in their numbers. They want you to have mercy upon them. They want you to imagine that you are their only hope. They want you to take responsibility for their mistakes. And that is very wrong. Everyone should take responsibility of themselves. So when you come across the play a victim mentality kind of people, the easiest way I've told you to identify them is people who can hardly take personal responsibility. When you spot them, take care. Your mind, the health of your mind and your body matters so much more than that of this pretentious playing victim mentality kind of a person. Take care against the extremely insecure people. Extremely insecure people, again, no matter how much you can do for them, they will never be satisfied. These are the kind of people, if he's a man, you cannot even speak to your father. You can't even speak to your uncle. You can't even speak to your cousin who is a male because they think that someone is taking you away from them. These are the kind of people who want to monitor everything going on in your emails, in your WhatsApp, in your messages. They want to know who called, what time, what you, the kind of conversation that you had. These are the kind of people who want to eavesdrop on the discussion that you're having with your girls when they're around your house. Extremely insecure people. They want to keep you. They want to reduce you to the size of a penny so they can put you inside their wallet. In fact, if they had the ability, no doubt about this, they'll squeeze you into a size enough to fit in their pocket. And they wouldn't give a damn. They wouldn't care whether you aren't able to breathe, so long as they can contain you how they want, how they like. They want to toss you like a ball suspended on a pendulum. They don't want you to have your own life. They want to imagine that your life revolves around them. And these are the kind of people, for your information, who are in the rush to kill others when they realize things aren't working out. When you tell them, hey, you see, man, these aren't going anywhere. Why? Because of A, B, and C. And sometimes you don't have to explain yourself. You don't owe anyone any explanation. Everyone who is an adult with an independent mind should be able to decipher the way the circumstances are emerging and adjust accordingly. Have you ever dealt with an extremely insecure person? Next time they may chop your head. And if you're one of them, then you know, once again, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If it's a girl who is extremely insecure, they want to own you like You are all the world. In fact, again, if they are able, they can reduce you to a size of a handkerchief and slot you right beside the real handkerchief in their hand purse. What kind of life is that? These are the kind of toxic people who want to take all our concentration. They don't want to give you space to do other things and engage in other affairs of life. It's unfortunate that society has gotten us this far. And we must, by all means, cut ties with these people who are extremely insecure. Nobody ever satisfies them. Even if you're an angel, you can't satisfy a person who is extremely insecure. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that insecurity is a bad trait. There is a prefix to it, extremely insecure. We must watch against such people. And whenever you spot someone who is extremely insecure, if you get, even if it's a business person, this is a person, if possible, they even want to install a CCTV at the washrooms so they can know who came, who went into the washroom, the amount of tissue they used, how many times did they flush, how many times did they go to the washroom to pee, why did they have to go there several times. Sometimes they can't even factor in, maybe somebody had some stomach issue, and so they have a running stomach. They must frequent the washrooms, which, by the way, is good for everyone in the office, because if someone is going to mess them up in the office, the environment is going to become worse and bad. Extremely insecure people. They want to follow every trail, every trail. It's okay to be aware about what's going on with the people who are closer to you. But the issue of wanting to reduce somebody into your property, nobody is your property. Nobody is your property, absolutely nobody. So if you are an extremely insecure person, you know what to do. You need to change, you need to up your game. And if you deal with such people, it is time for you to give it a second thought, because you cannot live your entire life. And you know, when people are extremely insecure, they make you think you are the problem when they have the internal issues. So they want to bring the internal issues, heap them on you, and a problem that is from within them. They want. What kind of life is that? Extremely insecure people. We must watch against such people. And then we have the gossip mongers. And by the way, we all talk about people, but when you make it your thing from sunrise to sunset, then there is a problem. Gossip mongers, we can also call them gossip brokers. These are the people who know all the children who failed in the exams in the village, who passed. They know who was quarreled with the wife, with the husband. They know who was beaten last night. They know the looming divorces. And mostly, they know about almost all the bad news that is taking place in the lives of people. They can come to you and you think they're genuine. They ask you, hey, what do you know about this and this? And maybe you also have sketch information, so you share the sketch information you have. And then they carry it like it's the whole truth. When now they are in the mix of some random conversation somewhere, hey, have you heard about this? Oh, tell us, what's up? Give us the juice. What you gave them as sketch information, they have placed it in a blender, added some ingredients, blended that together. Now they are presenting it like prime truth, like undefiled truth. And then when they are asked, where did you find this? Someone told me. Be careful what you're telling someone. If you're not sure, you don't have to speak. Why is it written that you have to tell somebody something about something else? The gossip mongers, the gossip brokers, on the extreme end, these are the people who have happiness, joy, and merry when they see things are scattering for other people. They enjoy it when someone's business is collapsing. They enjoy it when somebody is fired. They enjoy when somebody's family is disintegrating. They are extremely happy when children are not behaving and not listening to parents. They are so happy when they hear a man descending on his wife with blows. They are very happy to hear that man A brought a second wife into the home. That is the story that the gossip brokers want. Nothing of substance. Their minds are radiating. The frequency, their vibrations are all about other people's things. They don't care about their own. In fact, they think that they themselves, they live in a utopian world. The internal world, the surrounding world, they think it's utopian. They think it's only us, you and me, who are having problems. But these people, if there are people with issues, it is them. They want to talk about everything about everybody else apart from themselves, and mostly sharing and spreading false, bad news. Well, sometimes they may be saying the truth, but they are experts at mincing the truth, adding some deceit beneath so that it is juicy for you and me to consume. If you're a gossip broker, it is taking you nowhere. And if you know that you are in the cycle of people who are gossip mongers, then know that you are in the wrong space. Sooner or later, you will be the main subject. You wait until something wrong happens in your life. Then you will know that all these people that you have been gossiping with, all these people that you have been brokering and spreading bad news, false news, you will know that day that these people aren't your friend. They will put you in the frying pan and make you sauce for their day. And then when you hear about it, because it will finally ultimately get back to you, because there's someone who will be pretend to be your friend so they can come, get some information, and then take it back to the club for season 2. Why? Gossip brokers are toxic people. If you have friends and the only thing they can tell you is share with your affairs about other people, you are in the wrong space. Why? We cannot reduce human life, we cannot reduce ourselves to think only about the issues of other people. Reduce this magnificent brain and pattern of thought that the Creator has given us to only discuss somebody's child, somebody's husband, somebody's wife. Who doesn't have problems? But problems don't last forever. Who told you that you couldn't find yourself in the same shoe next time? Gossip brokers, not very kind people to entertain. You don't need to entertain them. What do you have to lose? You know, when somebody is an expert at gossiping and has nothing else substantial to share with you, you know, this is not someone who can challenge you to get from your level to the next level. This is not someone who is interested in your growth. What's having thoughts about other people going to help you? Nothing at all, other than taking your precious time and maybe making you a little bit excited, but for the moment. When you go back home, reality dawns, and then you realize, hey, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. That gossiping friend will not be there. Make better choices before it is too late. And then comes another deadly group the lazy ones. Do you know anything about, do you have some people in your circles who are lazy? Maybe I need to tell you what this means. These are people who have nothing else going on in their lives. And by the way, they could even be working, but somebody could be working from Monday to Friday, but beyond the confinement in their workplace, nothing going on. It's their life, work, their life. Lazy people. If you ask them, any plans you have coming up? I'm just there. From weekend to weekend. All their time on social media, all their time on Netflix, all their time on movies, all their time on dates, all their time. Laziness. There's no crime in taking a break from work, but you can't be on an infinite break. You need to get back and do what you're supposed to do. Being lazy has never gotten anybody anywhere. And it is worse when that laziness is in your mindset. No vision for the future, no plans about anything. You're just there. If a disaster happens today, and maybe if you're working, the job is cut, you descend into depression. And maybe you're tempted to become suicidal and you think the world is against you, when in fact you brought the peril upon yourself. We can do better, people. Laziness is a disease that we must fight, and fight by all means. Lazy people who are lazy, people who have nothing going on in their lives, will bring no inspiration into your life. Then it is all about everything detrimental to you, something that is making you to make steps backwards. Life should be progressive. Life should be thriving. But when we surround ourselves with lazy people who cannot think outside the box, then we are on our way downward.